You said you were searching for your Utopia.
Yes, yes. So
you mean
I
like
visited Holland.
So like a version of paradise? Is that what you mean?
Yes, it's a version of paradise. So I went to Holland and Denmark, and I didn't find it. I did find it a little bit in Corfu on that island outside of Greece.
Oh, really? Okay.
For an obvious reason, I got laid.
That's my friend Carl Solomon. He and I have known each other since probably 2007. My name is Tim Pilleri, and I'm interested in people. Some folks might know me for my work in true crime, having hosted the Missing Maura Murray and Crawlspace podcast for years, but this is a much different kind of show. This is about my friends and their wild lives. Season 1 of Life of will feature my friend Carl Solomon and his life of acting, music, and drugs. What you're listening to is some audio from the TV show Tropical Cocktails from Adult Swim that aired in 2019 that Carl Solomon has a good role in. Shout out to the creators Jim Hosking and Toby Harvard. So we're watching Carl's show Tropical Cocktails, and this is episode 10, Sports Day, and this is the one that you wanted to show me. I hadn't seen this one yet.
Yes. It's one of my favorites. Because I got everybody into a sing-song mood, as you would call it.
So that happened in real life?
Yes. Oh, here it is. Here's my song.
Okay.
Hey, it's Sports Day. A hoo and a hey, it's Sports Day. A hoo and a hey, it's Sports Day.
After the first part of this interview, me and Carl actually went outside to the parking lot and smoked a little weed. On the way back in, Carl was singing this, a hoo and a hey, it's Sports Day, right past the building owner, who was very confused at what this shaggy man was doing with me. Carl's wearing a bright pink t-shirt with a picture of himself on it, and we undoubtedly reeked like marijuana. Oh my God, Carl. So with the repetitive stuff like that, like Jim will just tell you, just keep going until I say stop.
Yes.
I love it. I think this stuff is brilliant, and I love the style. I love it.
Yes, and we're hoping, if our listeners, will give Adult Swim a call, either by text or phone, and saying, you want season 2. We want season 2. We want season 2. Yes, we do want season 2, but let's go back in time to hear more about Carl's early days. Let's go back all the way to San Francisco in 1977. Okay, yes.
When you were living there with your friend, and this is still before acting.
Yes, I hadn't decided to become an actor yet.
So when did that happen?
Okay, 77. So basically, 77 and 78, it was the only thing that would motivate me in life was, and it still is, but not as much, the Grateful Dead.
Right.
And then it was, I decided, I got a passport in 1978. And it was my Europe and Israel trip.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Right. And that's how it leading on to how I wound up with the acting career.
Yes.
I was still looking for Utopia and visiting, as the Grateful Dead say, sometimes we live in our part of our own. Sometimes we visit your country and live in your home. But
so you said you were searching for your Utopia.
Yes. So
you mean
I visited Holland.
So like a version of paradise? Is that what you mean?
Yes, it's a version of paradise. So I went to Holland and Denmark, and I didn't find it. I did find it a little bit in Corfu. On that island outside of Greece.
Oh, really? Okay.
For an obvious reason, I got laid.
Okay, so I was just going to ask you, what is the criteria exactly for Utopia to you? Getting laid, It's weed. So those are two. We know those two.
Well, just a perfect society.
Okay.
Actually, well, I gave up on the whole thing.
On what?
The whole look for Utopia. I decided to, because I'll just concentrate on acting and other things.
So during that trip is when you said I have to stop searching for this paradise.
I visited communes also in Ireland. I remember it well now. In Ireland and Austria.
Wow, look at you with all this traveling.
I'm so lucky I didn't fall into any cult or anything. Have you seen Midsummer yet?
Not yet. I can't wait to.
Oh, yes. I was careful not to fall into anything like that.
Yeah.
But it's a great movie. I highly recommend it.
But you did join sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, a counterculture group, the Rainbow Gathering, was it called?
I've been to the Rainbow Gathering, but...
Okay, so it's a gathering of certain people
of tribes,
okay.
Who, want to live off the grid and everything.
Okay, I remember there was a clip of you from a documentary from, I think, the 70s.
Yes, that's right. The one that was in 78, before I went to Europe and Israel. Yes.
Right before, okay.
And I remember, telling you the same thing I'm telling you, that I was, I could not get a paying job in broadcasting. So I'm between whatever I'm between.
And this is a clip from Experience the Rainbow, Part 1. This is Carl in 1978.
It was boring the other few days, but this is the best oatmeal I've had since I've been here.
What's inside?
Chunks of apple bits and raisins. It's a little bit lighter. You use, I guess, different grain.
Where are you from?
Originally from Long Island. I really am. And I was, well, this is what happened. I went through all these changes. I went through to Buffalo State College. And then I worked as a DJ at KOTO in Telluride, Colorado, and I couldn't, nobody would support me. I did all these creative energies for radio and TV, and I had to starve for it. So I've been just traveling around.
Oh, my God, I can't believe I wound up in documentaries unintentionally. And I think I might wind up, that's another story, I might wind up accidentally in this movie that's the most anticipated movie coming out this summer. You know what that is?
No.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, really?
By,
yeah.
Tarantino.
Of course. This movie looks great. I can't wait.
Yes. Well, what happened was, it wasn't intentional. I was wearing a tie-dye. They were filming outside my house, the Knickerbocker. But I had to go out, to do some things. So, as I leave the Knickerbocker and out the lobby and everything, I see all these period cars. This is, oh no, but I have to,
you gotta
go do my errands.
Yeah. And
so the thing is, I heard somebody say, "Oh, he's wearing a tie-dye." Just film him. So
okay, that makes sense.
So I have to wait to see it when it comes out.
Cool.
So it was an unintentional being in that movie.
So, but at some point around 1980 is when you decided that you wanted to pursue acting.
Yes. I wound up going to Israel.
Uh-huh.
The problem with the whole overseas adventure, I was broke.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I was, going, getting Social Security, somebody, had, pinched my checks. Mm. And of course,
how did you
my
do that?
parents refused to help me out.
How did you?
But I didn't ask. So.
Well, what did you do? How did you get to so many different countries in Europe without any money?
Oh, it's embarrassing.
Why?
Oh, I would never do that, anymore. Like spare changing and shit
like
that.
Yeah. Okay.
It was really. Yeah. But the thing is,
hey, it's a hell of an experience, right?
Yeah, so I get in Israel. They didn't, not like Canada. They didn't ask me how much money I had.
Yeah.
So I get into Israel, and briefly, I was in before I did the Moshav and Kibbutz thing. While I was in Tel Aviv, this is how it happened.
Okay.
I was approached by one of the producers, George Eckstein, in a cafe or a bar. I was asked, how would you like to play a Roman soldier for 3 months? I said, fine. And the rest was history.
Okay.
Yes, that's how it all began.
Okay.
It was Masada.
So you were offered like a background role, was it?
Yes, yes. And the thing is, a picture of it was
you have a picture?
When I visited my mom. There was I took a picture. Oh, here it is. Yay, I found it.
And here's a photograph of Carl in Roman soldier outfit. He looks young and very skinny.
My first role in the movies.
That's a young Carl Solomon.
Yes.
Wow.
My first role as a Roman soldier in the TV movie Masada. It had Peter O'Toole played the Roman general, and Peter Strauss
That's cool.
played the revolutionary who led the revolt on top of the plateau, known as Masada. And it was an 8-hour movie told in 4 days, done by Boris Sagal, who happens to be the father of Katie Sagal of Married with
Peggy
Children.
Bundy. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so during the filming, you enjoy yourself.
Yes, I had a good time. It was really hot. It was really uncomfortable in that Roman soldier costume.
Well, that's what the money's for, right?
Yes. It was. It came out to $15 a day.
Okay, which
and they fed us.
Not bad back then, I guess, right? I mean, what's that equivalent today? Like $100?
I don't know.
Okay, and you enjoy yourself to the point where you looked around.
Yes, I love doing this.
You looked around. You said, "I fit in here. I can do this job.
Yes.
This is something I want to do.
Yes.
I enjoy
it. It was because I had failed.
Yeah.
As in the broadcasting business, there was no pay, and even my brother who did broadcasting.
Yeah.
Realized, like it only pays minimum wage if you do get paid. And it's the salespeople. They're the ones that make the bucks in the radio industry.
So after the shoot in Tel Aviv, you had a little bit of money and you were wanting to get into more motion pictures and TV shows.
The thing was, this is really embarrassing. I had to borrow from the American Embassy.
Oh, wow.
I just paid it back a couple of years ago.
My
parents wouldn't lend me wouldn't send me anybody to get back. I was stuck. Let me interrupt by saying, Yolanda Verhul, who I boinked. Where are you? I can't find you on Facebook. Call me, Yolanda. Call me.
What?
That's one of the highlights of my trip to Europe and Israel.
Okay, so this is a friend that you met in Israel.
On Corfu.
On Corfu? What's that mean?
That's an island, Corfu.
Oh, okay. So this was Utopia. Okay, her name was Yolanda.
Yolanda Verhul. I should have, contacted her before.
She's the one that got away.
The one that got away.
Oh,
my fault. My bad.
Why?
What?
What happened?
I never contacted her when she gave me her number and everything.
But you left.
But I left.
Yeah, so why'd you leave her then, I guess?
Oh, because it was just temporary.
Yeah. You weren't staying there for very long. You were moving on.
No.
Yeah.
She was on vacation. She actually had a 9-to-5 job. And the thing is,
where did she
What
live?
is really Rotterdam? That's in Holland.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes. And but the thing is, what makes working in the continental Europe as opposed to the UK, the continental Europe, and even the people that work in McDonald's, everybody gets a 6-week paid vacation.
It's a wonderful thing.
So you run into people vacationing all the time.
Yeah.
Yes. So
you happened to meet up with women and people that were ready to have a good time.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
All right.
Yes.
So it was a good place to live for a while, temporarily.
Yes, it was. I had some good times.
Yeah.
But it's it's not fun, when you're broke.
Oh yeah. So the embassy, they loan people money?
Yes.
They did that?
Back at that time.
Wow, that seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much money did they loan you?
It was $661.
Wow.
To fly one way to fly back.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I just needed the plane money.
Okay. And then you got back to the States, and what did you do then?
The Grateful Dead. I think Folsom Field, Boulder, Colorado was my first shows back.
Okay, so you went right to Colorado?
Yeah, I resumed
Life.
going to Dead shows.
It shouldn't be thought strange that the Grateful Dead chose Boulder, Colorado for their 15th anniversary concert.
For the true blue Deadheads, the anniversary was like being a witness to history. For the band, they marked it with nonchalance and good music.
I should have known there was some kind of anniversary involved or something like that. So this sounds like a very big show that Carl did not want to miss.
All right, so no, it's Folsom Field,
Okay.
Boulder, Colorado. I meet up with Richie, the person that originally got me on SSI.
Okay.
I went back to join the SSI club.
Okay, great.
After that.
And so you were touring again with the Dead and seeing a bunch of shows.
The summer of 1980, after a few Dead shows, I resumed pursuing acting.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there was an actor strike in 1980. I picked the wrong time to do it. And so from 80 to 84, I pursued acting based on the fun and the fact that I found my niche at what I wanted to do just by portraying a Roman soldier in the miniseries Masada.
Are you seen in the movie?
Yes.
You'd have to pick yourself out.
I'd have to pick myself out.
Do you remember when it aired and watching it and being excited?
Yes. I watched it at a laundromat. I got them to put it on. A laundromat called the Sparkle Laundromat in Missoula, Montana. Yes, I remember it well.
Wow. Did you have friends there? And did you say, that's me?
I just had a place to stay. Yes, that's me. I recognized it. 1980 to 1985.
Yep. You pursued acting.
I pursued acting. I got a few principal roles.
Okay. And
one of the highlights, speaking part.
Okay, that's what principal is.
Very featured.
Yep.
Where even if the dialogue is saying, who, and I must have told you about this before.
I don't think
this is
so.
like one of the best roles I had.
Oh, let me hear
Well,
it.
all right. First of all, are you familiar with Ken Russell's work?
It doesn't sound familiar.
Tommy. There was a movie called Tommy
okay.
based on the rock opera
Sure.
by The Who.
Yeah.
The same director, Ken Russell. He's from the UK. I made a movie called Crimes of Passion.
Uh-huh.
It had Kathleen Russell, and it had Norman Bates, Anthony Perkins.
Okay.
As the guy that's stalking her.
Oh, wow.
That poor guy is always typecast. He's always playing mentals. But anyway, okay, in the opening did I tell you about this before?
I don't remember this.
Okay, in the opening 5 minutes of that film, there was 4 people in a peep show. The last one being Anthony Perkins, and there's 3 others, or it might have been 5.
Okay.
And Kathleen Turner is performing a sex act with a dildo shaped as the Statue of Liberty.
Okay.
As she's sticking it in.
Okay.
And
thank you.
They were all all really excited about it.
Okay.
And then so I had so I'll do what I was doing. At this time, give me a napkin. It's a prop.
Here, you can use this.
Okay, well, let's pretend this is a napkin. You see, they added it in the post. But the thing was, basically...
Yeah. So you were jerking off.
Yes! Yes!
You wanted to hear me say it.
Yes, yes. And I'm going,
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and then you see a napkin going down, which they added in the post.
Okay.
So
to make it more clear what was
yes,
happening.
Yes,
Yeah.
So that was like one of the big roles then. I'm trying to think if there was anything else.
Were these roles that you auditioned for, or it was kind of like word of mouth, like you had worked on this movie, let me get into this one too? Same
I auditioned
people,
before.
maybe?
I do
Okay.
the same thing. I keep all the casting directors on index cards.
There you go. That's really smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I still do that to this day.
Really smart. And you keep up talking with them as much as you can, right? Yeah.
And there was this one casting director, Mary Santiago, who called me out of the blue and says, "You're perfect for this role. It's a hands-on project."
A hands-on project indeed, Carl. And next time on Life of, we discuss more of Carl Solomon's early movie roles.